Hi there. I'm going to talk about our favorite subject matter, which there isn't anything more important than the subject matter of things that pertains to looking at the quality of our affiliations and human relationships. Like the very quality, like is it rich or poor kind of thing, you know. We're technically we're supposed to get richer with more and more letting each other in because we are different, and then but that difference can complement. See, that's what human beings know. And they also know that making yourself vulnerable, they know how to make themselves vulnerable because people that know why and how to do it with no fear, in other words, they end up a lot more happy and satisfied in their life. Yeah, they are more genuinely, authentically able to be a decent presence towards other people, perhaps, you know, I mean, because that is kind of the curriculum here. You know what I mean? I mean, why would you want to be reproducing or even living on a planet where everybody is having a horrible time with each other? So here's our mascot. I keep finding fine, and I'm doing. Oh, sorry. She doesn't like this nonsense at all. No, not at all. I'm sorry. I really apologize. I love you. I love you, my little girl. You're so wonderful, and thank you for the kisses. Please don't kill me. I love you so much. There is a Mars square Pluto today, and it's like, oh, now be careful of all of these control freaks that, okay, Pluto is exposing to humanity the truth, really. It's just the truth vibes are going to pour out of the sky with Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years. And it's not a bad thing, but it is for people who live in deception and who practice deceit and who, the poor narcissist. Okay, I really wanted to talk about the narcissist who are just little broken people. They're little children, I guess, in between age 2 and 3. Now, I don't doubt that we all have this kind of like there's something going on, right? So we need to see they're unconscious of it and they don't know that they're not really dealing with objects on the outside of them. They're dealing with a perceived thing that appears as out there, but it's in their heads, right? Yes, that's the truth. Uh, Technically schizoid. Yeah. And it's hard to tell who's who nowadays, but here's where I'm coming to the point of the reason why I've made this video. First of all, they would never make a video like this. They don't know how to communicate. They can't, they have no rhyme or reason in their head. They have no sense of rhyme or reason. They're busy, I would say, dare say, like the turn screw kind of thing. They're like, no, I can turn a screw better than you. But the truth is they're, see, it's the reptilian style kind of entity. It's not human, so it doesn't have real creativity. So anybody can like the screw is pre-made, the bolt is pre-made. They just go, they're doing mix and match like a toddler. Oh, this one doesn't fit, that one fits. And they didn't create any of it. They're just using stencils. Everybody knows that there's that type that they couldn't write anything down on a blank piece of paper. They couldn't draw anything. They couldn't build anything like out of scratch, right? They don't know. They don't have affiliates. First of all, see that's okay. Welcome to the world. How do you like it? It's fucking weird, isn't it? I'm so glad I'm making these videos. Yeah, because I happen to feel that the more I see the world as is, because my third eye is open. Fortunately, I achieved third eye opening and full on enlightenment before the demons came around me and who don't understand me at all. And it's like they're beating on Bambi or something. It's like, oh, cool, Godzilla meets, and they like that. They do. They do. The sociopath, a power tripping narcissist, they get their jollies by treating people cruelly and controlling their life into something of that's equal to the vibration of their life, which is pure fucking darkness and misery. Yeah. And so what I really wanted to talk about is how no, see, they never communicate, even when they open their mouths. They get in trouble when it's hard to tell who's who, but see the trouble that they get into when they open their mouths is that you see how truly discombobulated they are in orientation with reality, because that's when the red flags raise. I mean, how else are you going to do it? You're going to, you know, it is righteous to practice putting everybody on mute. This is why you want to put people on mute and watch actions only towards you. But it's very complex, right? Really. Um, the reason why a narcissist does something in actions, it's not for the reason why, like, say, the subject matter, they're interested in it, that's why they handle it. No, they're only doing things mainly for attention. Virtue signaling. And if you can imagine the trash that can come out of that, because it's a constant. It's like, well, they built the stupid showboat in the middle of the blah blah, and they put a light on it, and everybody, good. After a while, it's like, some people will say, no, that's a little bit excessive, and fuck you. I don't need. See, after a while, they'll never tell you how great you are. Never. No. No, no, no. It's weird. See, now, I imagine the communal covert narcissist doesn't have it in them to openly display, not much, but they do have targets in the shadows. Yeah, that's what I became. It's called coal level supply, where all the rest of the community would never believe how manipulative, emotionally, and cruel they really are to who? Well, it could be their little sister, or even their wife, or everybody in the family knows. No, everybody in the family knows. They're all walking on eggshells, and it's miserable. You people are miserable. Now, how does it happen that this is allowed to happen within the organism, the humanity? Well, I say you do have a government that manufactures it. Yep, the education system creates what is called cerebral narcissists, and but it's more complex than that. I'm looking at something that's so complex, and so. But the main reason why I wanted to talk to you is that you know them by more and more what you gather from their communications. They'll display right away. See, you get red flags, like I did with these people around me, that they're prejudiced, like they don't. It's like this though. This is how they play, and I've described this before. See how I'm wearing this plaid shirt? They'll go like this within the first few minutes of meeting. They're like this. They let you know who they are right away. Yeah, it's like a front. It's like, I'm the satanic front. And you're like, ooh, you need to go to Christ Jesus, practice love. The more miserable you get, see, some of them don't know how miserable they are, and they don't care how miserable it gets. That's the thing. In their human relationships, they don't do intimacy. No. Now, I'm going to point at, and Sam Backman is trying to get out of it, but I believe him when he says that it is more and more women. He says it's equal. I said, no, never forget that narcissism is the man's disease. I think echo, whatever that is the woman's disease. You look at the story from which those names, it's just a human name. See, the narcissist is actually the human mind. I'm here to clarify, it's the mind, the nature of it. And you are here to master staying away from letting that be the master. You need awareness about the mind. Yeah. Otherwise, awareness can be fully encapsulated in the mind, and it's hard to get it out. See, that's why I said is that they see objects in their head only. And that comes from, well, abuse. They experience something horrid. It could be, but see, people don't know that basically what is the norm now is emotional abuse. Just, you don't have emotions. You're not supposed to have any emotions. See, they abuse their children. A really rich family, yeah, militant, or just money oriented, which is militant if it's the Epstein money. What I mean is if it's the corrupt money, because there's a way to make your money uncorrupt, and I'm trying to do that. See, the in God we trust is the key, you guys. And I ask you, it's like, what is God? I've been asking the same question over Facebook for 12 years. It's the same as saying, what is reality? Did you know that? I think it's desperate. See, a Buddhist, a master, doesn't really stick it to you and say, well, this is what it's going on. Now is reality. Did you know it's outer space? It's this moment now. Okay, it's not real. See, we're going to tell you exactly scientifically what it is. We don't like do our poetry and make you figure it out. I guess so. It's because everybody needs hospitalization or something, right? They need intensive care. They're going cuckoo, and they're paranoia. Now, Babes, now Christ Jesus was here to tell you, look at the system. Okay, yeah, let's go for it. Whatever, yeah. Kill your leader, huh? Try to make sense about that for the next 2,000 years, right? 26 years. Um, it doesn't. And that time is deception all across the board. Because I'm here to tell you, as a Buddhist master, there is no time, babes. It's always now. What do you want to do? See, you're making decisions always in the now, and it could be divine if you're spontaneously like, blah, hoo ha. Really, you should. Uh, what I heard, this really cool astrology guy, I don't know, he's younger than me, and we should be paying attention to what is coming up through the communications here. Otherwise, it is so you're being so useless to yourselves. You have to, because it's a generational value. It's like, talk about the richness that we can have when we come together and we really start collaborating and sharing. Just see, all of us are a missing puzzle piece to a huge mosaic that makes up the true science of humanity. The answer. How about that? Rewind that and play it 3 times. This gets better and better because I'm actually better and better. I've gone through, all of us, humanity. I am humanity, by the way, has gone through 5 years of something that is like, okay, so did you make it? Some people didn't make it, did they? Took the vaccine, did ya? Woo! Split happening. Electromagnetic frequencies clashing with an organic substance. It's weird. And see, everybody has the nanoparticulate matter in them. To update my spies and neighbors who are completely ignorant, but they're learning, but they kill us. It's like the kill Jesus, but we love you at the same time. I don't know. It's like, you people are. Anyway, we're supposed to forgive you too. Actually, we're supposed to take away your money, all of it, and you need reform. You'll see that you can just be reprogrammed, and you're getting the same attention. You love when people hate you, so we're telling you we would pamper you. You love that, right? But you can't have any money. We're going to take control of you. You need to be reformed away from being thieves of people's time, freedom, and how about that freedom of speech thing going down? Because the evildoer or the wrongdoers, the ones that are not righteous, and they don't know up from down. They don't really get the point of an intention. If you're an environmentalist or something like that, or even a musician, anything. But now getting back to, well, Shauna, what are you gonna do? I don't know. What are you gonna fucking do? Do you sense? Do you know? Do you sense that there should be? See, right now, the Pope is talking about. There's a fear of a privatized control system that goes monetary and starts controlling other people, and it's like, damn straight. Flip it on you. What if benevolence gets a hold of $333 trillion? $333 trillion. You're going to change and haircut. 5 cents, we are grooving now. It's just 5 cents for a haircut. The pile is big over here, and it's about freedom now. Let me get that clear. Ooh, just have a good time. Otherwise, don't have children. Stop it. Because you're doing it wrong, When it starts to feel bad, you're doing it wrong. And don't you be a sadist and say, I love that. And I'm a fatist. I don't know, sorry. The point right there, you are not going to get that money, right? Unless you get into your authentic, the way that the human spirit can really be. No, right? See, they'll see that barrel coming right at them, and so they'll say, go for it. Kill your mama. My head comes off, 10 more come out. What kind of a joke are we living here? The reptilian style, and you live in fear. I practice love. Here I come from above now. I just pumped it out of my crotch. I'm an alive woman. You put me in jail. I'm sorry about your dead mother. Your dead mother, society. She stayed with a narcissist, and now what it be? She's been abused, yeah. She's been thoroughly abused, yeah. Trapped with a idiot. no quality control. She don't have no freedom of speech, a freedom of speech. Oh, can't go to the beach. She's stuck in the man's world, going back and forth, and he don't even know he's sold like a horse, guided by Satan, Santa Claus in the background. Woo, church. I would love to go to those churches where they're like, ah, yeah, ring those bells and insanity. And how do you say this, you guys? I'm a live performing artist. See, people think I'm crazy, and it's like, you've never, see, if you heard my top guitar playing, especially with a backbone, people that actually know how to play music, and they're playing the bass, and they're really playing by ear, and they're here now, and the drummer, just that alone would fucking blow your mind. You would go, oh, it's happened to me before. It's important for me to do this again. Because then finally, their brain just goes, oh, it's happened to me before. I played at a party, didn't practice very much because it was just, hey, little sister, what have you done? I was playing the fucking lead guitar on top of these people. They just said, well, would you like to go over here? And I just sat in and started doing what I do. And I was kind of concentrating, but I would close my eyes, and then I would see like 5 people around me going, and dancing. And then after the party, it was break time. Well, it was a break time, and then after the party, each time I got off the guitar, and we were all just kind of get back into the crowd and kind of take a drink or whatever, try to eat the shitty food. Uh, People come up to me who they've seen me around in this town forever, right? And you know what? They come up to me and their whole demeanor changed. They're like, Shauna, I finally understand you. That's happened. And I get it. It's like, I know I didn't really show my true self, like that I'm an artist and I'm a celestial musician. I work with God. So when you see me without my calculator machine and my strings, that when I press these instruments against me, the shit comes out. Really, I need a better acoustic guitar because it's a little bit. It's not really just my guitar. You know, I really love to fish through like 50 of them, but with a couple $1,000s, right? And just all you do is you get the instrument. It's an instrument, and if you're a musical person, it pulls it out of you. And so when you hold it, all of a sudden it plays you. You just wake up and you're going, yeah, I don't know. I'll take this one, thank you. Now, what you do is you turn your TV up. Turn this off if you don't like people with high energy, a lot of air and fire. See, the earth and water people are apt to be stupid enough to start stomping on the earth and the air and the fire people who are actually just vibrating a little bit differently. And it's nothing wrong that we're doing by expressing ourselves the way we do. I am fire and air. I move. Woo, woo, woo. Fucking kids love it, man. Why? Well, guess what? I'm an Aries rising. That's the original kid, the sheep. Um, so I don't care if you don't like me. Really, you're not my people. Just, I know that it's out there, right? All my life, practicing music and stuff. It's just, okay, getting back to narcissists who, um, they don't like anybody. They don't like anything. Not really. They are striving for their attention. They like attention. It's weird. It's just, that's it. See, a lot of people here at narcissist, they think that that's what I'm doing here to get attention. It's like, no, I am coming from the inside out. I'm a human being, and we are compelled. We have this sense of responsibility to express and share. We have to, because otherwise it's a matter of, because otherwise then you would not be rich together. You wouldn't have anything of true wealth. But see, now I'm talking about a human being, babes. There's 2 types. Did you get this down yet? I might have to refine my channel here, and because I'm never going to stop talking about this. There's 2 types. There's the demonic, and then there's the harmonic. Yeah, there are 2 types. I'm saying the same thing whenever I say it. There is the narcissist and the empath, the non-human and the human being. See, you have to, and you will. If you
You narcissists want anything, money? You want money? You don't want money, babes. We want freedom. And the $333 trillion will give it to a lot of us. Includes being able to flip the tables and say, no, did you know AI is here to do that because it's harmful for the human being to stick their head out and say, you know what, quality control, why is that person allowed to water a lawn where we don't do that? And it's maritime war. You should be watering, if you water anything, it should be food. But there's a kind of a water shortage. See, a water shortage. See, if you stuck your head in that situation, you say, "Hey, asshole, what are you growing a lawn for and treating poor people bad over here? Did you know that there's a little bit of a humanitarian emergency?" I would say, don't get in that dangerous situation. I'll go in and fuck that thing up. Find them, reform them, teach them how to grow food in the community. Things need to change like that. That's all. We don't remain frozen here. No, over my alive body, can you do that? No way. No way you can. As a woman, babe, if you're a woman, listen to me. Please, do you have kids? Take control. Do quality control as much as you can. I don't care how dangerous it is for you. Send yourself through court. Go there and do quality control. Say, ooh, that person, this public defender, I think should just go and lay down already. It looks like he died, but forgot to fucking lay down. I'm sorry, but we need to change out people who are in so-called positions of power. This is just what time it is. And I didn't just say like a narcissist. You narcissists are doing power trip, control freaking shit, right? When you hear the word leader, you think, oh, that person's above me. And it's like, no, no, no. We're the first ones to do something. It's not necessarily safe for us. I mean, you would hate being a leader. Nah, nobody knows what you're doing. First of all, you're way over there, and they're like, crazy person. They're like, where is that person going? God, nah. You guys are only doing strength in numbers, like staying safe. You're staying safe. Why are you doing that for fucking help? For how long are you going to do that and stay frozen? For the fucking control system over there keeping you turning as a narcissist. Just you're a cerebral narcissist, and you think you're achieved all in your head. All in your head. You're not really achieved unless you become a human being. That's the curriculum here, and you learn love. That's what it is. You've graduated into the higher octave of love, which is a presence here, just a space that allows. It's just like outer space, and it says nope. All of this, it sees everything. Love sees all. It's all seer. It doesn't miss a thing. It's awareness. It's awareness. Human beings are capable of really getting like, okay, it's called one with. You get one with the universe because you know why? Technologically, scientifically, you are. The universe is 100% human. You're never going to find an alien. You're going to find parasites. Have you ever looked at parasites, babe? They live in your stomach, and this is why you want to fast. Yeah, if you have a lot of overload of parasites, you're able to pop easy. You're able to get triggered. Yeah, you're not in control of your own mind. They are. Your stomach, I don't know what's going on in there, right? Because you're supposed to. Did you know it's the solar plexus? That's your main informer, right? That's what they're saying is that your guts, right, is what's having to do with your brain, and you have to watch out of just the comfort zone thing that the parasite wants you in. Yeah, just we can go on and on about this subject matter, right? It's something that I would be surprised to find that because of the Gemini in the air and the shift over, and we're now going to start saying, what about that freedom of speech thing? This is weird. What's the problem there? Because if you're at all worried about freedom of speech, you might want to check to see how much autonomy you have anymore. It's like too late when you're fighting about freedom of speech. Or is it that you're about to lose your fucking autonomy if you do not say, excuse me, but why is it that I can't say anything? Like what I did with the asphalt spillers, and I was just raising my voice. I don't know how to do what I call the police and say, did you know that? I guess I didn't know. And see, you should be able to work your shit out between each other and know right from wrong. A civilization that needs a courthouse and hi Jesus, am I doing okay? Girl, I love you. Sorry, the screen changed. I leaned on the mouse. Um,
it's a broken down situation. Those people don't have their own evolutionary programming on. That is a very, very delicate thing here. There's something really awful going on. I think Christ Jesus was somebody who would tell you that don't get involved with it. Please come with me. Why? Because did you know that there's going to be a bigger wipeout than ever seen recorded? Like we've seen plenty. We see history of wipeout, babes. Something is abusing technology here. Something is abusing the human potential here. The human potential. See, now if you can understand how we are one with the universe, the sky, reality, the plasmatic, it's really awesome. We are much in cutoff about it too. We don't, what's the use? The narcissist is like, God, this person, lots of eye rolling, right? You people, once you hear the word God and the word consciousness and awareness and plasmatic field and the heart, the science, science, true science, you just lost, right? You're just like brushing with fluoride still. So, sanctuary is needed monetarily for people that find themselves like maybe you're sandwiched in between a psychopath and a sociopath, and you're like, ooh, well, I'm not going to become a welcome mat. No, we don't bow down to these people. We just kind of go and listen to their conversation, right? See, if you're confused there's only two types of people here. There's a friend. It's called the good friend in India. It's somebody who's enlightened. You became a human being. This is the curriculum here. And a human being is to convert others. That's like the religion. You are to be converted. You know about that, right? I was born again. Dumb shit. Well, um, yeah, that's a real phenomenon. It's the same with Buddha. You become enlightened, and then it's all you are. That's the rebirth into your eternal life, which is never not going to be now. I like saying it's confusing when you hear I say it like that because I'm a Buddhist and I don't. You have to think a little bit, you guys. When I say never not, that means cancel that out. It is now. Sorry, I see because you guys are so stressed out, cortisol, fear. You can't be creative enough to do a puzzle, right? That's the problem with the narcissist. Hardly even that. See, they do turn screws really good and everything, but if you look closely, babes, anybody can do it. And then see if a woman watches. See, I've been having trouble watching men doing things because well, see, an enlightened person, and men can be this way. It's like music. It's like visual music when you're watching these people. It's like the most beautiful thing whenever they're doing it. If it's difficult, climbing a tree and topping it and going around and plopping it down, if it's dead over a house or whatever they're doing, whatever it is. See, an enlightened person, the master, just watching them walking. You just do a double take. It's like, is that person 2 inches off the ground? Yeah, they're floating. They're in a love affair with all of existence. They know that they are one with all of reality. I'm very real. I live in the San Jacinto Mountains. I become enlightened, and with that, the third eye awakening, and also um, becoming this light, knowing that, oh my God, there are demons, and I'm fighting other people's demons off because they're so irresponsible and they don't hold themselves accountable. Well, it's true. So what I'm now at this point, you see me going up and down, right? I'm feeling pretty fine now. I should gear up and go to work. I'm supposed to rake a yard. Whew, you don't know how hard it is on me right now. You really don't. But I have excess energy, I guess, and it's too bad. It's like, well, then, I'd love to be able to play my music. See, it's weird tug of war that I'm going through, but you're going through it too. Now, if you can hear me, hello, human being up there. Hello, hi, hello. If you think you want a break, if you live in Idlewild and you think, oh man, I would like to stay still, make money still, save it a little bit, come to my home. You can stay here for $600 and you can have the whole lower downstairs. But see, are you somebody who is in excess of material and you need to plug in all of this stuff? Okay, I understand that. You want your communications, of course. Yes. Yeah. No, of course, we're going to set up communications and stuff. But see, are you do you travel light? See, I'm traveling as light as I can here. Oh, I don't like all the stuff I still have. I don't. Is it even mine? Right? It's not. No, I have to get rid of it. No. See, it's weird, right? See, you have to be able to buy new stuff, right? Uh, I would love to be able to, but what I'm offering, right, with the $600 a month, that certainly isn't saying, and because I want to buy my new self-stirring coffee cup. No, no, I am not. I'm a materialist in that I like to create good experiences and satisfying emotional experiences. I do make a damn gnarly apple pie. When I'm a materialist in that, did you know that when love is, when the human being's intention is behind the subject matter, whatever it is worthwhile. It is more useful. If love isn't behind it, it's worthless. Did you know that? Yeah, that's the truth. And you can even taste the difference between somebody who's achieved as love, the human being. That person's apple pie is so different from the one over here that what they do is they merely just look at the instructions. They do the same exact thing that ingredients is per measurement that the other person who is practiced in love. And but this person's pie still turns out kind of flat, ho hum. It's ho hum compared to the one that is using love. And they really do mantra with everything they're doing. They speak to every crystal of the sugar or something. You know what it is. Really, you can program water that way. You can put love into it and you can serve it to somebody and they'll drink it. And if they are at all like humble enough and humiliated enough, in other words, miserable, if they really just, they're sick and tired of something and they grab the water and you give it to them and they've never experienced it and see if they're at all coming to the next day or even an hour later, they'll say, what did you put in that water? That's what happened to me. And I'm real. I live in the San Jacinto Mountains. I'm an enlightened being achieved as the higher octave of love. I couldn't afford to not be that because of the circumstances that I was born into. My mother falling succumbed to a terminal illness. Her symptoms showing up by the time I was 5, she stopped being able to dance. Pardon me while I go and get my cat. Do you hear what I'm saying? I couldn't afford to not go to God in love. Did you know love is the same as God? Don't get confused with words, words, words. Have a quiet experience called reality. It's God. Yeah, reality is God. Please understand, do I have to get my chalkboard now? Because this is important for you to realize why I say Rhea is God. Um, your interfacing efforts need to wake up, get digital, because you're in a war. And what else are you going to do, babes? Are you going to let that shit grind you up? Come on, take it. Take it by the horns and say, what is the Pope saying? Well, he didn't say it right. There are non-human entities here. You're not saving them, are you? See, the Pope, um, by intergalactic law, these leaders that take all of this technology and they have to be transparent, and they have to say, well, the human, see, like when Elon Musk or this brother and sister who they say, well, we founded the AI centers that are going to go in, the data centers. They are there saying, they do too. They're like, it could destroy mankind. Even they are paranoid about it. I don't know. They know something more they're not telling us. See, they most likely, it's hard to explain this. The organism inherently is has got a parasite, and that parasite gets very frightened when it's more and more just the the evolutionary process is now going to start. If it can't be unfrozen anymore, it's going to start happening through technological base that intergalactically is the law that you have to implement. Otherwise, we won't be able to communicate. We can't connect. We can't elevate. We can't, and it looks really kind of trashy, right? But it does because um, that's what the malevolent beings, that's what's the stuck race is being trained into monetarily. It just benefits them to have such detail and make it all break down after 2 years. Yeah, otherwise, no, NASA and space equipment, And they don't build it like that. They are still working with computers. If you can imagine, whatever they sent out 65 years ago is still working out in outer space, and that's not what we're dealing with here. Otherwise, um, your cell phones you wouldn't be having to throw them out, or the cars. They would last. You would not have to do the money run. That's a torture chamber. That's why nobody likes it on the planet. When I say nobody, babe, I'm speaking for the human side of the occupation that is universal. There's a whole universe out there. I point out there, but really it's this, did you know it's interdimensional? And it's a matter of, yes, opening up ourselves up and exposing ourselves to it through vibrational frequency. A lot of you people that study the Bible will say, well, that's satanic. It's like, no, it's not. Well, you have to learn the difference. Know what the good friend is versus the bad friend. There's two. Um, Demonic angels are there. This is the problem. It's interdimensional, and the control come to the human side, human being. This occupation here, the reality 3D, which our bodies are like spacesuits that allows a certain frequency in, and that's how we're interacting. It's just a very small. I go like this because it's just a membrane, very small. It's hard to explain. It's not this huge realm that you think. No, we're a technology, and we'll get into it more because you can. Okay, I was trying to tell you that your computers, and the reason why they're here is because the uh, the people that revised it here, they took how that reality works itself, because you are the universe is a technological base, and the human being is a PC. Yes, it is. And your language is an interfacing system. It's the thing that programs you to operate the way you do. Money is a computerizer more and more. See, this thing, the reason why it seems like it's taking over your money is because you're supposed to switch over and take it. You have to realize your freedom, though. See, the human occupation is in danger right now. They need to come together. Did you hear the Pope? Do you hear me saying, no, you have to identify yourselves here? It says, that's a matter of a conversation. It's Buddhism, 6,000 years old. It says, um, it's a conversation. One of them isn't human, the other one is. And that conversation, it starts immediately. And now getting back to your narcissism, how, first of all, you'll just start seeing when they open their mouths how disconnected they are. See, you cannot rely on that fucking thing as far as you can spit. Nope. It's unreliable as a human being. Their narrative will change based in some agenda that they're doing on the inside. It's a corrupt thing. It's a corrupt computer. Did you know that more and more you better get used to just be called a machine? They are trying to interface you with machinery that it's like that's wrong. You need to know that it's wrong because it's not really for your health. No, this is manipulation by the enemy. You need to know that you have an enemy. You don't trust that it's being used. See, there's an alarm happening, and the Pope is trying to tell you, and I am trying to tell you. So, are you ready to unify yourselves? As the human entity, it's easy. You're already unified, by the way. You're already operating that way. If you're a human being, you're realized of it. Yes, you are realized of that. You're already organized already. You just need to come together. And how do you do that? Communicate. Communicate. Something that the non-human entity cannot really do. You guys, you're gonna have to fucking fast, lay off the fucking Kool-Aid a bit, really, and play this game. Play the game. Are you not stressed out enough? Are you like in a comfort zone that you just think, no, the name of this game is to not say anything? You have a typewriter, a fucking microphone, and you're not going to say, what are you saying? Okay, so when a narcissist talks about their family, they're saying nothing. When a narcissist talks about politics, they're saying nothing. When a narcissist is talking about their education and their homework, they're saying nothing. When a narcissist is talking about their money and their thing that's broken over there, they're saying nothing. When you start talking about just have you eaten something yet today, that's deeper, right? It's not that, right? Think about it. That person's concerned for your well-being. It's very simple, right? Something like that, right? I don't know. Human beings are not narcissists. That's the non-human occupation. Human beings is the empath. Yeah. They have like what is called paranormal or superhuman powers to the backdrop. They watch a movie about us. Wow, do you think telepathy exists, or do you think clairsentient is real? Like, do you really think that people can go in and heal you just by going like this or something like that? And ooh, you guys, there's such a sick population that healers are getting wounded, and we don't want to handle you. We don't want to handle the malignant cases. No, talk about the computer that's breaking down. You don't put energy and say, oh, is there a junkyard for that? Where is it? It's called the boneyard? I don't know, whatever. Hi, I'm a woman. And we're a little different than men. Men are like, what, you're afraid of blood? Oh, you had a dead mother who wasn't. It's what I've been seeing. They'll be able to make more sense to you now instead of being sounding condescending and all this stuff. But you need to understand that something, and I'll repeat it: men are not born from their own intelligence system. They're born from the woman's intelligence, and they're born into the woman's world. So see, he's not born downloaded as a PC with any information of who he will be for the rest of his life. He has to search for it. He has to find the man's world. And now this is what is not established, because why? If you take away their leaders who are women, one side, which the church killed a bunch, and then they managed scientifically to clone a bunch of people, and that's how New York was built, and Tartaria and all that. Did you know that? And that's really illegal. So the free weaponry came down and wiped everything out. There's a lot of illegal activity going on now. It's just the same thing, but the 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 cult that is taking over the organism, keeping in control, they're more and more. They're if you look at it, they're turning it into like they can wipe out the civilization by just turning off the electricity. Not so hard now. See, for uh, the benevolent beings to protect. See what I'm saying? It's hard for the benevolent beings to even prove that they even exist in connection with us, because it's a paper life. You can be burned up as far as your fake life there. What you see, what I see when I drive off of the mountain, I live a mile high, and you look at the basin, all of that cardboard trash of a so-called civilization city. Technically, it could be just wiped away because it's not. Its foundations ecologically, the human technological base, it's not human. It's built on a lie, and by intergalactic policy, it can be wiped out using any free energy weapons. And the most efficient is to lift the ocean, get a mountain, throw it over. You'll never see it again. And let's pretend like that we started from caves, and we're looking at the fire wave and the shadow, and we start drawing the dreaming it up again, that we have an animated world, and maybe we'll be able to unite again with a caribou. You better hope that life is left on this planet. But here's what happens: they reseed it. Yep, they reseed it. There is every single extinct thing available to the universe right now. Just there's planet donor bird. Let's go to planet elephant. Grab one of those. Let's go to planet whale. Get that. Let's go to planet, and then bring it, and then seed this area again. How do you like your sci-fi so far? Hi Nancy. Thank you Kimcast. Everybody else, send me a coffee. I'm an entertainer of sorts, and you do not chain us up and treat us like shit, because we're gonna still entertain. That whole fucking jailhouse is just like everybody on the old tail block. They're dancing to the jazz rock. I'm Joseph, wherever you put me, I'll have this shit clicking like a fantasy. You think, oh, I'm a narcissist, and all I have to do is follow the one that is truly bliss, not the miserable. I'm not going to follow my mind, and that's bully, bully, bull, 4, 4, 4, 2, 4.